Okay. So what is the like a beanstalk? So what is that elastic beanstalk today we are going to discuss? So and what is the difference between configuration management and the beanstalk? So beanstalk, if you want to deploy any monolithic web-based applications, you no need to go for the EC2 instances, install the web servers, application servers, database
Hello,
configurations. Hello?
sir, are you audible, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
We are not able to listen.
No, no. Are you able to hear, Bharat?
Yes, sir, I can hear.
Yeah, because I'm using headset itself. Say what is the beanstalk is if you want to deploy any web-based application, automatically we can deploy the application using beanstalk. Say here we need to go for the create application, which application environment we want to go, like maybe web server kind of thing or any backend applications or workloads. We can choose mostly for the web-based applications. We are going to use the beanstalk, and here I'm going to use my PHP application is the application name, and the environment we can give, and you can give the domain name also, but this domain should be available for us. Can you tell me with the route 53 what we need to do this domain name? We need to link this domain name as like alias in the route 53, alias in the route 53 we are going to get it. Then here we need to choose the platform, which application platform you want we need to choose. Can you tell me what are the supported platforms for Beanstalk? You can have a .NET Core application, .NET on Windows Server, Dockerize, Go language, Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, Ruby, Tomcat, whatever it may be the application environment or platform we have. This we need to select. So this platform we need to select. Okay. So in this I'm going to choose. So Python I'm going to choose. Okay, so then with this application, with the sample application, it is working fine. When we upload our Python application code, it is throwing lot of errors, and the troubleshooting is also is getting very problematic. And if you go for this high availability, automatically it's going to create even the auto scaling groups and load balancers also it is creating. Auto scaling and load balancers also it is creating automatically. What developers need to do for this? They just need to upload the just they need to upload their code. So maybe in the zip format or maybe that like in the S3 bucket they can keep or local file they can keep. Okay. So that developers whatever the code they have, as of now we are deploying the sample application itself. And here in the configuration presets like single instance or spot instances, high availability or high availability with the spot and mixed kind of environment, or we can choose custom configuration. In the high availability, they are going to create even auto scaling and load balancers also automatically Beanstalk is going to provision. Are you audible now? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So then here if we want to give the service roles or IAM roles, we can give to the instance we can create. So Beanstalk itself, and I'm going to use the existing key pair if I have, or I can use the new key pair. And for the IAM, like instance, if you want to give the any instance permissions, and which VPC you want. So I'm using the default VPC, subnets, and if you want the public IP, you can choose the public IP, and which subnet you want. All these details, if you choose, according to this, is going to create. Better to choose minimum 2 subnets. As of now, we have only one. Even we can attach the backend RDS also. And where the database subnets also, we can choose. Database settings, all these also is created by Beanstalk itself. Now that instance, IOPS, all those we are going to choose. And any of the default security group we can create, or in this, at least that application should be open for us. Launch wizard 30, and the minimum maximum number of instances, how many you want, all these we are going to choose. So just try to provision different environment with the sample applications. You should tell we tried with the Beanstalk also, but later we move to microservices. In the microservices, where we are going to deploy the application, in the microservices where we are going to deploy the application.
Docker Kubernetes.
Yeah, in the Docker and the Kubernetes we are going to deploy, not the Beanstalk. Okay, but we required a knowledge on Beanstalk also. So basic we tried with the Beanstalk, but we finally went for. So just explore all these options. Otherwise, if you have doubts, go with the default options. So for microservices, it won't suit anyhow. Most of the applications we have microservice base itself, or serverless we have. For serverless also, it won't suit. Then Beanstalk, can you guess what's going to create? It's going to create an instance. It's going to set up the PHP. If you configure the RDS, it's going to create the RDS. And if you create auto scaling groups, auto scaling, load balancer, all these, and your application code, it is going to deploy. All these steps it is doing automatically, it is doing on behalf of us. Okay, as of now, it so from this domain, if you access that, that application should be open for us also. It takes some time, and I'll check that the launch wizard 13 whether 80 has been open or not. The security group. We have 2 inbound rules in this. Yeah, we have HTTP also is there. Then once our application is available, and it need to come to healthy state. As of now, it's unhealthy. Still, because easy to Beanstalk, sorry. Okay, if you go for CloudFormation, it may create one. All these resources have been provisioned through one CloudFormation stack. Means who created the CloudFormation stack? Still, it's not created, but it will create one CloudFormation stack also, because all those resources are getting created through CloudFormation stack. In the logs, we can see our events, we can see what's going to happen. But main problem is we can't troubleshoot what's happening also. So here it's failed with one error, must have a. I'll try to delete this. So in the IAM, that instance profile, they're telling it's mandatory to create. I'm going to create one IAM role for this. So what is the difference between user and role is role we are giving to the IAM, we are giving the permission. That means that to that instance we are giving the permission to create other resources. So to the AWS service, for which service? For EC2. For that EC2 instance, I'm giving automatically the permission. So for S3 I'm giving the permission. For CloudWatch, I'm giving the permissions. If you want X-ray, maybe for the X-ray, we can give the permissions. So that IAM role we are going to give to this Beanstalk. Choose the default VPC. But troubleshooting is very tough because why it failed, we can't identify that much easily. If it is we are doing everything, we can identify. It's just like a closed door kind of thing. As of now, I'm not using any database for this. And going with the default options for those. And in the security group, I'm choosing launch wizard 13. So with the minimum one instance itself, we are going, and it's a T2 dot micro or small, it is going to choose, anyhow let it be. And mostly it will take Amazon Linux itself in the back end. Let's submit, we'll see. Even if any new version comes also easily we can upgrade. But you tell you are not using Beanstalk, but basic exposure towards Beanstalk. As of now, 1% or 2% only people are using Beanstalk. The same kind of service Azure is called as app service. The app service directly like this we can deploy. At least people are using app services for .NET based applications in the Azure. In AWS, very less people are using Beanstalk. Now we'll go and see in the cloud stack. So this stack has been created by who created this CloudFormation stack. Again, Beanstalk in the backend based on our options. It is going to create the CloudFormation template, and that CloudFormation is going to provision the instances or auto scaling groups, load balancers, security groups. All these have been created through. All these have been created through CloudFormation. But people will ask you the difference between what is the Beanstalk and CloudFormation. Beanstalk only some limited resources it can use. And those are pre-configured environments. That creation is done, but it will take some time for the deployment. Finally, that application need to open from this domain. That health also need to come to avail. But where it fails, that kind of troubleshooting is little challenging. If this works fine, then we don't have the jobs. Because everything is deployed automatically by the Beanstalk only. With the sample application itself, it is struggling. But if it is our application, it is throwing lot of errors. It should come available, then only it may open. Yeah. So this is a sample application. It is showing this PHP page. If you have your own application, it shows this sample application is showing only this page they're showing. But in the backend, they have already configured so now it successfully launched it. That's the reason this website has been open for us. This URL, what we need to do finally? What we need to do with that URL? That URL we need to attach to our Route 53. Then if the users hit that Route 53 domain name, it's going to redirect to this Beanstalk. But Beanstalk supports static websites and dynamic websites. Beanstalk supports static websites or dynamic websites.
Static.
No. Beanstalk supports dynamic websites. Even that backend database, auto-scaled, high available applications also we can deploy. S3 only is for the static websites.
Okay.
How do we change the DNS name? This
No,
URL.
that is through Route 53 we can do. Whatever the domain name you have, that you redirect to this alias. So in the Route 53, what we need to choose is this alias to Beanstalk endpoint URL. We are going to redirect. So normally we'll give the IP address, right? A record. Instead of A record, redirect to this Beanstalk URL. So try to deploy different at least sample web-based applications. You will get an exposure. What is a similar service in Azure? App service. Okay, at least app service people are using that for .NET based applications, but Beanstalk no one is using. But before, other than this, go through that like yesterday and today videos I shared, right? That auto scaling and uh, tomorrow I'll share load balancing. Those videos finish. So this is just a concept wise we require a knowledge on Beanstalk. What we can tell is we tried to deploy our applications with the Beanstalk, but we got a lot of issues. So that is the reason we moved to like maybe the traditional microservices or Lambda. We moved like that. We can tell. Okay. So try to finish that auto scaling videos. And RDS also try to create the different RDS instances. Beanstalk itself backend can create auto scaling, load balancers, even RDS also. Okay. For that automation, it is using CloudFormation. And if you got a newer version, we can even update a rollback also. That means you got a new code from the developer. Automatically, we can deploy that. Otherwise, we can do the rollback also. But with the real applications, it's throwing lot of errors, and the troubleshooting is almost like we don't know what is the error, and the troubleshooting is little challenging. That is the reason people are not using. I try to deploy different applications on Beanstalk also. So I'll try to delete this environment. Okay, so go through those auto scaling and RDS, try to create. Okay.
Okay.